It's a horrifying act caught on video, and since its release earlier this week, has triggered both bewilderment and outrage among law enforcement and elected officials. The clip shows 37-year-old Frank Abrokwa smearing his own feces into a woman's face last week as she sat minding her business on a Bronx subway platform.
That's an horrific experience for anyone to go through.
That was New York City Mayor Eric Adams speaking Monday before Abrokwa was arrested, criminally charged, and held briefly in custody late Tuesday. When he cursed out a Bronx judge, we say briefly because even though law enforcement officials tell Pix 11 Abrokwa has some 44 criminal convictions, he was allowed to leave Bronx criminal court Tuesday night because he has no open felonies on his record. But Brooklyn prosecutors were waiting to pick up Abrokwa at the Bronx courthouse and transported him back to Brooklyn, where he was arraigned on a hate crime charge for threatening a Jewish man last year. In Brooklyn, Frank Abrokwa was once again issued supervised release, meaning he walked out of the court Wednesday afternoon with an obligation to check in with the court at a later date. His current whereabouts, unknown.
This is an example of the system failing everybody. I believe that this person needs to spend some time with some serious self-reflection in prison.
Long Island Republican Congressman Lee Zeldin condemns the system which allowed Abrokwa to walk out of court, but he warns every case has its own circumstances, especially when evaluating the effects of cashless bail.
Mayor Eric Adams is advocating for judges to have discretion to weigh dangerousness when choosing to set bail. I agree with Mayor Adams. I believe they should also be able to consider flight risk, past criminal record, seriousness of the offense when deciding what the appropriate amount of bail is. So I think it's important when we look at these issues not to paint all offenses with one broad brush because every case, in many respects, is different than every other case.
The chair of the MTA also not happy with the developments of this case, saying, quote, "I'm not a criminal justice expert, but I don't understand how someone who commits this kind of assault, which was violent, horribly victimizing a transit rider, can just walk free even when he has 4 other open cases against him, including 2 other transit assaults and a hate crime charge. It defies common sense." We are live in the Bronx tonight. Jay Dow, Pix 11 News.